Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Title Town, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway.
Yes, sir.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Offense set on first down. From the gun,
I missed that tackle.
He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, giving one. Alabama quickly back to the line. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life living you know what.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
People talk about physical tackles all the time. That's how you deliver the boom. Lower your pads, run your feet, take that guy from him going forward to flat backwards on his back.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll leave it with him. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the Dogs do.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Sends it downfield.
Oh, yeah, he's tripping. He just threw that pass like that, though. They about to piss me off.
Touchdown, Dogs!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the
You could
open
have
guy.
said so. You can pull up here. I got one for you.
He's going to bring it out from deep. I know he thinks he can.
Nigga, you can't. Oh, I'm about to say, nigga, you can't play the game with a broken
knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes that Alabama.
Yeah, I didn't know what you.
Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
From the 17, it's 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Now rolling to the left. Catch in the middle. It's Godet. Ball's out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Man, these wide receivers are so fast nowadays. They're such big playmakers. I just want to get it to them and let them make it happen. But a lot of times, we're running to them, too. We're focused on chasing him down and funneling the football in the right direction. Defense swarmed, did a good job getting their hand on the football, causing the fumble from the wide receiver.
Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
When we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take it.
A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. On the option. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside contained. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on 4th down. On the move. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
And how about the run play on 4th and 3 to 4? A lot of times you see that's a pass play nowadays. They run the football, they stick to what they do well, they know where the 1st down marker is, and they get the 1st down.
On the option. He'll toss it. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Quarterback keeper. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On the option. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
One of the things I love about this QB as a runner is not just his athleticism, but how tough he is. He can run in between the tackles in the middle of the field, push the pile, break tackles. Linebackers are trying to bring him down. He just keeps his feet driving. That is impressive.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Texas. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his man. It's sharp. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Trying play action. Buying some time as he moves left. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
This quarterback has got a ton of speed. And it doesn't just help him running the football, but it helps him in the passing game, too. You just saw right there how he was able to use that speed and athleticism
the new one about to be out
time to at least give him an opportunity.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Yeah, it's.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where
that running back
the guy is with the football. They've been up and down the field so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. The option look.
Oh, my goodness.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play.
Oh, no, what the
Great
fuck?
job by the defense.
They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on 3rd down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. 3rd and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert 1st downs. This offense has been so good on 3rd downs.
Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? It's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
Coming out with it, it's Godet. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've gotten nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to that.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Alabama pushing the tempo. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
Yeah, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Really nice play getting that first down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the quarterback position. A big reason why, though, those guys have been playing so well, they're throwing the NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next first-round pick at the wide receiver position from them.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
He's looking to throw. Right down the middle. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Finds his back in the middle. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Looking to go up top on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They're going to throw it again. Good timing on the quick out. And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain lane.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On second down, looking again to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination.
Oh, my Rob Rachel.
Paws up there, stabs it out of there. It was like he was almost surprised he had the football. Just started rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Hits him inside the 20.
I had 2 niggas running the same.
Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into half. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Trying to find his man on first down. Finds his big tight end. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Off play action on first down. Skips away from pressure. He'll let one go down the right side. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Buys a little extra time. Bulldozes his way through. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup, found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
And here's the return. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's past the 30.
Ah, I thought I
Now
was going to
they've got
get the
even
fuck
more
out of
breathing room
here.
out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to pass. It's Ivory. He wants to go deep. Snatches it on the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll throw it on first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch.
Pig.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now on the option. He'll toss it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. They'll run the option.
Oh my God, bro, what is going on? These niggas just did some
listen, the offense has
bullshit.
had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least
That
the
definitely
defense
should have
got
been
a
a first
rep.
down.
You know,
My
maybe
niggas
this
just
gets
did
you
some
some
dumb
a
shit.
spark. Maybe this
They
gets you
ran
some
into my
energy.
team.
Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of.
Man, bro, I just
Which
knew
is to
that
get
was
ready
a
for their next
first.
opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they try to dial up the screen pass on first down, seeing if they can catch the defense rushing upfield, but they stayed home, they had their eyes on the football, and they create a negative play.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his big
Oh,
tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He throws one to the left.
But he
They
got
dialed
a
up
pick.
a
Yeah, I
shot
got
play,
this
but
one.
they couldn't hook up.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but
Just causing wreckage in the secondary. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. On fourth down, flexing that muscle in the run game. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. From that spot on the field, you're going to go for 4th and inches every time, but, I mean, you could argue that 4th and inches, you ought to go for it almost all of the time.
I 100% agree. We're definitely going for this. And listen, let's play some offense. Let's have high octane. Let's put some points on the board. We're not kicking field goals. We're not punting. We're trying to score touchdowns.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield.
I left the fucking spot.
Takes it to the house. Touchdown tie. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Yeah, that nigga throw that bitch over.
This Bulldog offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
Man, it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Using his feet. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time, and they back it up here.
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened in the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Extending the play. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great. And quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, there's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, and make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet.
He got a fumble.
Really nice job by this sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down with the run. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Looking to scramble.
No way.
Complete. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Trying to seal the edge on the right. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Wants to throw on second down. This one's complete.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Complete downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. And that pass is intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go. But this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Third and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Looks as if he's going to run it. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job.
I was about to pass.
Ways
I was going to pass that bitch for you.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Strip that bitch.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls away.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23. Pressure coming. Turns it loose. Brings it down on the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Give to the single back. Plows through the defense.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
That's on me.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bama! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Clemson is ahead early in Death Valley, but that's not exactly Trevor Lawrence out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 11 over. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Pocket starts to collapse. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They come to the line, hoping to get some of that yardage back from the 17. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
To throw, it's Ivory. They're bringing heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. It's a one-possession game in the fourth. Quarterback checking off. He wants to throw. Trying to get to it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Second down now after the sack. He's looking to throw. Grabs it in the middle. At the 40, there he goes. Snowed under by the defense.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Comes out throwing on first down. Quickly complete.
And this is the time where I'm a defense. I'm slow to get up. I'm making sure I stay on that offensive player. I'm trying to eat up as much clock and make this offense burn as much clock, Palmer, as I can.
And this coaching staff right now, you know they're looking at the analytics too, right? How many timeouts do we have left? We want to think about dialing up some play calls that get guys catching the football or get the ball out of bounds to stop the clock. You've got a good rhythm right here. You're in a good position of the field to go win this thing, but you've got to be really smart with your play calls.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again.
Yeah, what the fuck is he doing, bro? This nigga was supposed to go pick that. Bro, he just did some whole, I don't even know.
The defense brings it to an end.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on it.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. They've got some serious work to do to keep that last one from messing up this drive. 2nd and 19. He's looking to throw. Got a man. It's Godet.
Love the job by the receiver on this play. He knows he's got to get the ball out of bounds in order to stop the clock, in order to preserve as much time for his offense as possible. Very, very smart heads up there.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Fights his way for a couple, but stopped short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. Trailing by a touchdown, this 4th down opportunity is gargantuan. They'll try to pick up the first. He stopped short, and they'll turn it over. What a huge stand by this defense.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. And you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
And he'll work his way out across the 10 to about the 12.
God, I don't think I scored after the first quarter.
It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been